I get excited for the next day. Yeah, I'm living it right now.
Yes.
And the amount of hype coming from this tournament, the amount of hype coming for Smash 4 in general, it's immense. It's immense right now. And people don't understand that we wouldn't be here today if it weren't for them.
Yeah, exactly.
The players
100%.
are what helps mold this community. The players that grew up and they were like, I want to become a TO. I want to become a commentator. I want to help form this community. And as I say that right now, we have some Wii Fit representation on the stream.
Ooh, check it out here. So Shingo busting out the Wii Fit here versus Torn, and wow, immediately just breaking the grab, going for that side beat. That's actually a really interesting strategy right there. We're going to see some zoning from this Wii Fit trainer, as a lot of times when you see Wii Fit trainers face off against players, they usually take to the edge. But right now, instead, Shingo not quite hanging out at the edge too much, but you can tell that there are times where he will opt to be aggressive. And now we have actually Torn repping the 4Zex tag. Unfortunately for Zex, dude, he thought that he had a pool at 8 p.m. and then he ended up waking up rather late because they switched it early.
They switched his pool?
So then he had to rush over here, yeah.
Heartbreaking,
But he got, yeah, DQ situation. Very unfortunate. But I think he might be in losers, or maybe he's out. Regardless, here it is, guys. Winner's side, back to Shingo and Torn.
And we seem to have a match that's continuously going back and forth here. And you did mention Wii Fit trainers really do like to camp the ledge, but I'm seeing a little bit of mix here from Shingo.
Yeah, we do see some aggression. There are times where Shingo will, oh, wow.
That was a back air.
Okay, I was about to say, like.
That was, quite unfortunate misinput right there, but trying not to let him tilt it, that's the whole point of a good mindset, especially when you're trying to play with confidence.
I agree. There are a lot of times where you'll see players go for an they'll SD, they won't go for it.
I hope not.
Yeah, and then after SDing, it's just like they're, just like you said, tilting, right? But in this situation here, we still see Shingo is playing the same way, but Torn is just trying to make sure to widen the gap and make it very difficult for Shingo to mount a comeback.
Good attempt on trying to catch the landing there from Shingo, and that has a lot more knockback than I would think.
Yeah, that back hit of the forward tilt, it's crazy. Here it is. So you could see every time Torn is just trying to charge forward, wants to capitalize on the fact that while Shingo is charging, he has more than enough time to just run in there and try to capitalize on the fact that Shingo's being stationary.
And already taking the first stock. That was a good comeback considering the fact that unfortunately Shingo had SD'd. So this is not a mountain to climb, more like a little tiny hill.
I like that. And here it is. There it is. Shingo just trying to keep Torn off stage, but right now Torn is not scared. Just non-stop bouncing fishes here, holding down the edge. And I like that neutral air attempt. I'm trying to see if he can maybe set up for either a tech chase or, wow.
I really like that. And I say that because the last time that Torn actually tried to go for an up air, Shingo continuously would air dodge. So then when Torn did it for the third time, he waited a little bit, and instead of going for the up air, he ended up going for the vanish.
Ah, well, very, very smart stuff right here. We have the mix-ups on deck from Shingo, and Shingo looking very happy right now. And I think one of the cool things is that, you know, even Torn being a very good sport here, not quite letting anything get to him, and representing DMG, by the way. You know, DMG, isn't that a crew that has like the likes
so
of
many players,
so many
players. Good players too, like
Captain Zach, Tweak, a lot of players came from there. And here it is, we're going to go straight to the second game. This time Shingo actually going back towards the edge, sort of reminiscent of a well-known player that rocks Wii Fit trainer who was at the Nintendo World Championships, John Numbers. And there it is. Just going straight in with those forward airs, spacing them really well.
Torn looking really strong this game compared to the last game. Torn was doing a fantastic job at trying to even out the game, but unfortunately Shingo seems to be losing his footing here.
Yeah, one thing I noticed is that the spacing from, from Torn actually is quite on point. You know, you see the forward tilts at max distance, trying not to get too close to Shingo, just like threatening from afar. And there it is this time. Just like I mentioned in the first game, how great that neutral air is for setting up for those KO opportunities. That soft knockback, and you could either go for like up smash or a bouncing fish, and sometimes if the opponent misses attack, a forward smash. So here it is.
And Torn doing a good job at keeping Shingo off stage, continuously pressuring him. It seems Shingo, okay, finally being able to land a hit in so that way he can return to the neutral.
There it is. And Torn just sneaking right inside the stage. And there's the bouncing fish just to take away that stock. One more stock remaining on Shingo, who's on the verge of losing 2-0 to Torn here.
Can he bring it back? Unfortunately, not with that unspaced back air. He's going to have to watch out for those so that way he doesn't get punished very hard, especially with his last stock.
Wow, and right there, Torn just going crazy with all of these attacks, probably thinking that the forward air was going to connect right there, which is why you saw that immediate bouncing fish input. And here comes the patient play.
Oh, gets the weak hit of the up smash. Quite unfortunate.
Yeah, look like right there with the Shingo just set up really nicely, trying to basically put Torn in the ground to get that up smash opportunity. But here it is. Shingo, he's trying to set up, but Torn makes it back on stage. The reverse hit of the forward tilt is just so ridiculous. Have to watch out.
Now, we saw a reverse situation in that entire last half of the game. Considering the fact that Shingo was off stage for the majority of the first part, then Torn was then put in that bad situation.
And here it is. Oh, that must have been a bouncing fish input. Just a little off the mark there. I've never seen anybody go for forward air to grenade in my life. Nice. Just holding down the stage. The ledge trap situations are being recreated over and over here by Torn.
I like that spacing with the grab, understanding that Shingo's playing a lot more defensively now as he tries to hold on to this percent without gaining any.
Great defense again. You see, and by the way, look, check out the needles that Torn has. That can open up an opportunity for an aerial needle storm to a bouncing fish. We'll see what happens here.
Oh, but he drags down with the up air to get a better conversion with a second up air.
Yeah, that was very, very on point. Throws the needles right there. They're gone. And here comes Torn with the chase again. 114 left on Shingo, taking so much damage. There's
can he make it back onto the stage? Ooh, that was a good high recovery, but will it be enough as Torn continuously pressures Shingo off stage?
Oh, but okay, smart. Manages to get out of that situation. That would have led to some damaging stuff there.
That man mashed as fast as he could.
Here come the needles.
From the being underground.
147 right now. Still trying to bring it back. Watch the wait first, but that was great escape by Shingo.
Yeah, jumping out of it instead of opting for the air dodge as we were seeing earlier.
Here come the grenades forcing. Oh my goodness, okay. Torn with the 2-0 victory, and I have to say it was so impressive seeing how he set up perfectly for that aerial needle storm. He went for the grenade, and you noticed right there that Shingo wanted to avoid the grenade, so he started like fading back at his recovery. And as this happens, immediately you see Torn just goes for that aerial needle storm and then went into the bouncing fish just like I mentioned before. So good stuff to you, man, with that 2-0 victory